Hey, alive, look outside. Look how beautiful it is. Not a cloud in the sky, or at least from where I'm looking. Catherine Bodak is going to join us here in just a few minutes to talk about your forecast. Maybe get out, enjoy the pool, enjoy a good barbecue today. Well, joining us this morning is former U.S. Marine and mental toughness expert Eric Rittmeyer. He has several tips on kindness and is also here to talk about his book, Emotional Marine. Good morning to you.
Lauren, good morning. It's great to see you again. Thanks for having me back.
Yeah, of course. Well, I've heard so many great things about you. So for those who aren't familiar really with your story, what you're all about, explain that to us.
I'm all about trying to spend love and peace and kindness. It's just so simple, right? But we live in this outrage culture right now. Everybody's so upset with each other for no reason. We don't even know why.
Yeah.
We can't accept opposing points of view. So I'm on this mission, Hakuna Matata, right? I go back to my Lion King roots. Hakuna Matata, that's my mission.
I love that. And I think that's so important because, as you just kind of touched on right now, I feel like a lot of people are divided, whether that be politically or emotionally. Everybody is just kind of detached from each other. So talk to me about how we can start mending those bonds. Again, maybe there was some type of argument or whatever that may have taken place. How can we just start being kind again?
I think what this all goes back to, Lauren, is recognizing that we're all hardwired the same exact way. We're just different variations of the same core psychological blueprints. We all want love, we all want kindness, we all want peace. We have to get over things that upset us. So if somebody says something or does something that internally gets us a little fired up, we have to learn to get over that. When we hold things in, when we suppress these feelings, it only hurts us internally. It doesn't allow our relationships to move forward. There's an old phrase, it says anger is an acid that causes more harm to the vessel in which it's stored than on anything to which it's poured. Get over it, move on, Hakuna Matata.
Yeah, and the Emotional Marine, that's a book that people can pick up, can take some tips from. So what is this book about, and what are you really trying to get across to people?
You know, I kind of joke about this, Lauren, but I really say it's the 2021 equivalent to the hippies movement for the 1960s, right? It's like make love, not war.
Yeah.
It's just simple stuff. It's things that people don't do anymore. It's just these very, very basic tips. I'm a former Marine. I can hardly read or write, okay? Writing all these pages was not easy for me. It's simple stuff we can all do. It's just about being kind to the person next to us, recognizing that we're all having difficult times, being compassionate for the person, just being nice to everybody again, and realizing that we're all going through a difficult time. Let's just reach a hand out to someone who might need it.
Yeah, so how do you go about doing that? Maybe it's someone that you've kind of been distant from for the last 2 years, whether that be politically, whether it be whatever the case may be. How do you start mending those bonds with people and friends, family? Is there different ways to approach it?
Yeah, and I think that it all goes back to the core of everything, right? So at the core of everything is we're emotional creatures. We're hardwired to feel first and think later. So a lot of times these things, these issues we have with family members, with friends, with family, it's all rooted in an emotion that we had. It's something that they said or did that really fired us up in that moment. So we reacted emotionally. Once we step back and we have a chance to process it logically, we can then sit back and say, you know what? I probably shouldn't have responded that way. Maybe I should, maybe I was overreacting just a little bit. The problem is we're fueled in emotion. A lot of times we don't know when we're emotional, so we say and do things that we're going to regret. That's the problem.
Yeah. So where do we start? I think that's the biggest thing. Where do we start to be on this journey of just being kind and maybe being more positive emotionally, and how do we spread that?
I think it's all about appreciating what we have. We live in this day and age right now where everything's a million miles a minute, right? Social media, more so than social interaction. We're constantly focusing on the things we don't have, as opposed to stepping back and saying, you know what? I should be gracious for the things I have in my life. There's probably somebody else that would love to be in my position. So appreciate what we have, operate from love and abundance, help other people out. Just because you don't know this person, just because they're a stranger, doesn't mean that they're not someone with a family and someone who needs some help. Extend the olive branch, be nice, and just get back to the root of everything, that we can be kind to each other. We don't have to be so hypersensitive because somebody breathed the wrong way.
Yeah. Eric, you know what? You make me want to go out and just give somebody a hug. Like, you have re-energized me this morning, feeling positive. Hey, where can people learn more about your book, and how can they learn these tips?
You're the best, Lauren. Thank you. And I love hugs. I'm always open for hugs. my website's best. It's mentaltoughness.speaker.com. I'm all over social media, Facebook, Instagram, catching hate on Twitter. Thank you so much for that.
All right.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. Eric, thank you so much, and I hope you have a great rest of your Labor Day.
You do the same, Lauren. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, let's go ahead and send things over now to Catherine.